as kickoff is underway. And I believe Beijing won the toss, and they elected to kick. MVP going to take this kick. He's going to take it right side. Try and reverse field a little bit. Looking for something. Running around in circles. Gets 18 yards on the return out to the 27-yard line. Not ideal, but he gets it past the 20, so he gets more yards than he would have if he just let it go over his head. So, we'll start the drive here. Left side, just inside the left hash, actually. Two receivers right. Sparks, Pokey out wide, Esset at running back. Resp, Loba at tackles, and Hippie at center. MVP taking a first down run. Gets a little bit of space and turns it into a lot of room. 19 yards on the first down run. And MVP... Oh, pause from Sean. Uh-oh. Tyrone had to go get something, so we gotta pause real quick. Tyrone needed to grab something. Alright. Man. Oh, it always happens. It's not always, but I'm not sure what happened here. Tyrone just said he had to go. Said, be right back. Tyrone pulled a hamstring. That's all that happened there. Nothing else. I would have run a quick ad break, but I don't know when he's going to be back. I didn't see the lineup for who's lined up on who for the Dragons, but I'm assuming Maddie's playing safety. Chaz is going to be covering. Chaz is going to be covering Pokey. Duke is going to be covering Sparks. Sean's going to be covering Esset. Juice and Tyrone are going to be the edges, and T-Craft is going to be the tackle. And speaking of Tyrone, he's leading the GFA in sacks right now, which is really through 1 week he is on the top of the leaderboard. Stats were just released, I think, last night. I don't have them pulled up, but I can. It's like a halftime break at the start of the game. Oh boy. Let me pull up the stats real quick, actually. Just waiting on something going on. I will pull up the stats real quick on the side here, just while we're waiting, so I can talk about some of that. Because the stats are pretty interesting, seeing who's where. So it looks like right now, let's see. Who's got the most passing attempts? Looks like Dingo has the most passing attempts, but the lowest completion, no, second lowest completion percentage. Itachi has the lowest completion percentage. 38 of 80 is Itachi. Dingo, 52 of 109. The two quarterbacks in this game tonight, through 3 games, MVP 62 of 105, 59% completion percentage. And Maddie is 53 of 88 with a 60.2 completion percentage. So, very even matchup in terms of accuracy from these quarterbacks. Maddie, though, having... Where's he? There he is on there. So Maddie having more yards than MVP, averaging more yards per pass, 4.5 more yards per pass than MVP. MVP with 10 yards per pass, and Maddie with 14.5. Maddie has over 1,200 yards right now. He's at 1,274, and MVP just over 1,000 yards at 1,053. And Dutmean, also on the Dragons, is leading the league in receiving yards right now with 589. I'll see if I can't find some defensive stats here. Here we go. So, Leading the league in sacks right now with 16 is Tyrone through 3 games. Jer Bear is in second, and T-Craft is in third. Cam Newton's laptop is in 4th place with 13 sacks. So very impressive for that. And again, a switch from quarterback to line, and he's top 5 in sacks right now. If you want to talk about a daunting stat, not MVP, excuse me, Gunslinger has the least rushing yards, and he's not even going to be quarterback anymore. JVX is going to take over for him. But Gunslinger was 54 of 93, throwing just under 60%, but he had negative 288 rushing yards. So that just goes to show how much he was getting hit in the backfield. Only had 1 rushing touchdown as well. Dutme and Icy's also tied for picks right now. 10 interceptions through 3 games for both of them. Pokey on the Roadrunners has 8, and he's tied with Kenny for 2nd place. See if I can't find some more stats here. Sean in 2nd place for tackles. MVP in 3rd place for tackles. 33 and 31 respectively. We're still waiting on Tyrone, as this delay is going on a little bit too long. Where's season X stats? Just type !stats in the GFA Discord, and you'll get the link for it. Trying to see if anyone on this team. I think Alto is sitting out right now for the Roadrunners, but he is number 9 on the block list right now. He's got 162 blocks through 3 games. Hippie also, number 4 on the list with 189 blocks through 3 games. But other than that, there aren't really much more stats to talk about, honestly. And Roadrunner's calling for a forfeit from the Dragons. They want them to forfeit. And it looks like Roadrunners are saying, we'll get a sub, we'll get a sub. So I think they're going to try and get a sub. That's what I'm hearing. Oh my goodness. So someone paused and unpaused and... What is going on? It's not going to be a 6v7. It's going to be a forfeit real quick from... Oh my god, stop pausing the game. Jesus Christ. I can't even unpause it. Can't sub till second half. So, Roadrunners are saying... Because it's even been a play and we're running into the first quarter, it's not going to be a legitimate sub because I'm a little bit confused. Alright, we're restarting. Are we getting a new code? I think we're getting a new code. Okay. And it looks like Tyrone just got back. So all that was for no reason at all. I'm gonna go back to this screen real quick and just wait. Well, they're not gonna sub. I don't know what's going on. Nothing's really gonna come of it because there was literally just one play and it was a run. So we could just restart the game from there. No scores were made. There was like one rush for 19 yards. There's already so much drama going on about this. I mean, Jesus. I really don't know what's going on. Tyrone had something. Alright, I'll come up. Okay, same code. I see. Give me 1 second. So I gotta grab it again. Okay. Right, same code. We're doing the same thing again. My God, this has been an absolute shit show. I'm glad that we're getting this over with, though. At least we're getting it over with now. And this doesn't happen, in the fourth quarter in crunch time. And we have to spitball and figure some shit out. We're able to just deal with it this way. And following the rules. I mean, they didn't know where he had to deal with something in real time. I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen or what the repercussions of this are going to be. It was one play, so I'm sure it's not that big of a deal, but I don't know. Yeah. Well, again, we have to just see, because I don't really know what's going to happen with this. Anyway, after... Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with... I think that's Luke. I kind of agree... Yeah, I agree with Luke. Just forcing shit like that into a game that's... It's not dead, but it's like... Well, good news. It's not 9:30, and they're not forfeiting. So we had a little bit of a hiccup, but we're back. And there's going to be a lot of trash talk, I can already guarantee it, because Sean doesn't like MVP, and half of MVP's team are Shinigami, and they don't like Sean because Sean snaked them. And there's gonna be a lot of trash talk, especially after what just happened. But we're underway. I think I have the scoreboard panels backwards. I do. Fuck. All right. I have Toronto set as the away team on my scoreboard up top, but it's whatever. We'll figure it out. Now that all 14 players are here. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, cool. Everyone's here. .45. Ball to 45. And look at that. Everyone's getting around. And Sparks had to ruin it. Sparks is being toxic. Alright. Start at the 45. Right. Let's play ball. It took us long enough to get here, but we're finally here. We're starting the game. Alright, MVP lining up in the middle of the field. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver right. MVP rolling to his left, throwing a short out to Essett, and it's there. 4 yards. Just getting something quick to get back in the rhythm. MVP taking a run here on second down for 7 yards. First down for the Roadrunners. MVP taking another run here up the middle, gets hit after 3 yards by Maddie. The scholar. The young MVP. MVP hyping up Maddie, I've seen a couple times in chat before. He talks him up. As Tyrone almost gets to him for a sack. Pokey catching it and bringing it back in bounds for 9 yards. Right on the sideline. Chaz unable to come underneath it and pick that off. But 1st and 10 for the Roadrunners after that hookup. MVP rolling right, staying pocket, looking for something. Under pressure, almost hit by Tyrone, but finds Pokey on the out. And Pokey's got some space to work with. Pokey, 11 yards and a touchdown. Or 11-yard catch and then runs it in. Much more than 11 yards, but touchdown for the Roadrunners. And the extra point coming out here. So let me grab that. The extra point is up. T-Craft gets through, but the kick is through. Regardless, 7-0. Roadrunners take the lead. Maybe a little bit of a weird rhythm just to start this game with the delay we had. I think both teams probably could have started warm and then cooled off a little bit. Sean taking the return here, trying to cut it up right sideline. Hit by Resp after 17, out to the 27, so equal starting spot to where Roadrunners got it on our first attempt at this game. We should be good now. Maddie looking for a first down run, is hit by Loba. Block's not there. 1-yard sack on the play. Loba getting the first sack of the game. Right? Yeah, first sack of the game. Maddie rolling to his left. Has a little bit of time. Resp gets around the block. Maddie targeting Sean downfield, and Sean brings it in. Sean catching it over Pokey and Sparks. 38 yards on the play. First down, Dragons. Maddie lining up on the right hash, the 36-yard line, taking a run on first down. Gets through the tackle alley. 8 yards on the first down run. 2nd and 2 coming up from the 30, what? No, not 30, 28-yard line. Maddie taking a run again on second down. Cutting across the pocket into the right gap. 9 yards on the run, and that's a first down for the Dragons. Down to the 19-yard line. Inside the red zone now. Maddie from just inside the left hash takes another run. 3 yards left gap. His hit by MVP. 3 yards on the run play. 2nd and 7 coming up. Now let's see. Maddie taking another run here. I think he dove there, tried to get the first, but he got body blocked by T-Craft. 4 yards on the run for Maddie. 3rd and 3 coming up. Expect maybe a play action here. Maddie, nope, just going to run it legit. Gets 4 yards, and that's another first down for the Dragons. And Maddie's been working on his run game since last season. It's improved a lot, and it's now a cornerstone of his game. 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. Just inside the left hash. Maddie rolling right, looking for something. Going to take off and try and run, but Sparks comes down and hits him in the backfield. That's a loss of nothing on the play because he hit him right on the line of scrimmage. 0 yards gained, 0 yards lost. 2nd and goal coming up from the 8-yard line. Maddie now from the right hash. Might have something to work with here. Quick screen to dupe me, but Sparks reads it. Hits him for pretty much immediately. Only 1 yard gain, down to the 7. 3rd and goal coming up. Who wins the sack battle, Tyrone versus Lova? I don't know. Maddie rolling to his left, throwing one across the middle for Sean. Sean weaving through the tackles and dives across the end line. That is a touchdown for the Dragons. So I add that onto the scoreboard here. Sean with some yak, getting into the end zone, and the extra point attempt coming through here. See if the blocks are solid for Beijing, and they are. Kick is up and good, and Beijing tie it at 7. So to answer the question, who wins the sack battle, and that's Jerbear asking. So Mr. Second place in sacks right now, Jerbear. I I think Loba might win the sack battle. It really just depends on pacing, but I think MVP's pocket movement is a little bit better than Maddie's, so he might be able to get some more sacks on Maddie. In the meantime, Pokey taking the 23-yard kick return out to the 31-yard line. MVP just inside the left hash here. 2 receivers right. Dropping back to his right. Stepping back behind the 20. Gets slowed to a crawl. Steps up, looking for something. Under a little bit of pressure. Still Red Esky. Throws one across the field to Pokey, and Pokey catches it. Chaz missing the dive, looking lost. Chaz missing a dive. Maddie getting blocked by Sparks. Maddie trying to dive at Pokey, but not being able to get to him due to the shield. And the quick comeback results in 33 yards. As MVP now rolls to his right, rolls back into the pocket, under pressure. T-Crab missing the dive. Throwing one deep for Sparks, and it's caught down at the 3-yard line. 2-yard line, excuse me. 34 yards. So back-to-back plays yielding, what is that? 67 yards in 2 plays. And the Roadrunners are moving. MVP dashing out to his left. Dives in between T-Craft. And I believe that was Tyrone. Touchdown Roadrunners. Roadrunners right now I think are outpacing Beijing, but it's getting close. The kick is up and good. And Toronto takes a 7-point lead again. So, minute 6 left in the first quarter, and we've already got 21 points scored. 14-7 is the score right now. Roadrunners up by a score and an extra point. 19-yard kick return by Sean out to the 31. Maddie starting up this drive on the right hash, and MVP taking a timeout just to get out of safety pressure, I think. Yep. So, first and 10, minute 2 seconds left in the first quarter. Maddie rolling to his left, under some pressure, throwing one deep to Chaz, who's wide open. Essett lost him in the coverage there. 23 yards for Chaz, his first reception of the game. And Dutmean right now looking a little bit locked up. I'll see if Maddie tries to target him later on, but 1 reception for 1 yard as Maddie rolling to his left. Gets a little bit of time. There's a comeback to Chaz. Essett able to get him on that dive. 21 yards. Chaz on back-to-back plays getting a total of 44 yards. Maddie on first down looking to take a run. I think he tried to dive there. MVP hits him. Only 2 yards on the run, so 2nd and 8 coming up. 32 seconds left in the quarter now. Ball on the 23-yard line. Maddie rolling to his right. 4-man blitz. Comeback to Dutmean is there. 10 yards on the play. Sparks hits him after the catch. First and 10 for the Dragons. Ball is on the 13-yard line. Maddie looking for a run. Can't find anything. MVP hits him on the line of scrimmage. Sack on the play. MVP is there. And it's 2nd and 10 for the Dragons. Still on the 13-yard line. Maddie looking for another run. Gets some space. MVP missing the dive, and Maddie gets a couple more yards. 5 yards on that play. 3rd and 5 coming up. Clock is running down. Just under 10 seconds left in this first quarter. Maddie taking another run here. Diving up the middle. 4th and 1 as he hits Pokey on the 4-yard line. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Whistle blows. And the formations are reset. Maddie lining up right in the middle of the field. 2 receivers to his left. Throwing a quick pass out to Chaz and Sean in the sandwich, but he throws it high, and it's picked off by Essett. Prime position, he would have had it, but he threw it high. MVP now looking for a first down run, get some space. Dives are being missed left and right by Beijing, and MVP ends up with 11 yards. First down for the Roadrunners out to the 31-yard line. First and 10, 2 receivers right. MVP rolling weak side here. Maddie is blitzing, and MVP is going to take a run. Tries to find some room on the sideline, but cuts back out into the tacklers, and Chaz is there to take him down after 5. Still a lot of rushing yards, though. Trying to limit him to maybe 3 yards per touch if you can. 2nd and 5 coming up from the 36-yard line. MVP rolling to his right. Dropping back, looking deep for Sparks, and it's caught by Sparks. Sean unable to get there in time for the pick. 20-yard play. And it's a first down for the Roadrunners down to the 44-yard line. MVP rolling to his right and gets hit by Maddie. 5-yard sack on the play for Maddie. Quarterback and linebacker. Or safety, I guess, for the Beijing Dragons. 2nd and 15 coming up from the 49-yard line. MVP rolling to his left, looking for something. Juice getting around the block a little bit. Almost hits him. Throws one deep for Essett, and it's there. Essett pulls it in. Down to the 8-yard line. 41-yard pass from MVP to Essett. MVP rolling around, moving to his right. Throwing one for Essett, and it's there in the front of the end zone. No one's covering it. A bad switch by the Dragons, and Essett's wide open. Touchdown, Roadrunners. The extra point formation coming out here for the Roadrunners. Kick is up and good. And the Roadrunners take a 14-point lead here. 3 minutes to go in the half. Maddie going to take this kick here from about the 11-yard line, looking for something to open up here. Finds some space in the middle, but gets body blocked by somebody. Hippie gets credit for the tackle there, down at the 26-yard line. And for Maddie here, you got to step up and get some points on the board before half at least. Force a turnover on defense if you can. 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line. Maddie going to roll to his left. Moving back into the pocket. Hippie and Rest missing. Maddie's going to take a run here. Get some decent yards. Essett overslid, and Maddie was able to get a couple more yards down to the 45-yard line. 19-yard run. Decent yardage there for Maddie. 1st and 10 coming up. Left hash, 2 receivers right. Maddie rolling to his right. Rasputh trying to do a spin move there. Maddie throwing one deep for Dutmean. Sparks with a body, but Dute diving and making the catch. Oh my god, I thought that was unreachable. But Dute laying out for it and pulling that one in. My goodness. Sparks had a great body block on that, but Dute had the range extender and was able to get to that one. 2-yard run by Maddie. 2nd and goal coming up. I realized he caught that on the 10-yard line. My goodness. So 2nd and goal. Maddie going to take another run. Tries to cut it out right and then cuts it up the middle. Only gets 2 yards again. Hippie's just farming tackles right now. Hippie's got 5. Sparks has 6. 3rd and goal from the 6-yard line. Maddie dropping back to his right. Looking for something. Loba missing the dive. Maddie taking a run. Gets 3 yards. Almost hit by, I think that was Resp. But a shield got put on him at the last second. Essett coming down and making the play. 4th and goal from the 3-yard line. You got to wonder what's being drawn up here. Because the last time they tried a sandwich, it didn't work. They got Essett on Chaz. So maybe he was going to try that matchup. Sandwich again, and it's caught by Dutmean. This time the Dragons pull it off. Touchdown Beijing as they move this one to within a possession. If they get this extra point, it'll be a 7-point game. Right now it's sitting at 8 points. I can line this up. There we go. Oh my goodness, Hippie got through, but he just barely missed. Maddie's got to be breathing a sigh of relief right now, as that one could have gone really poorly. But the extra point is up and good, and it's a 7-point game right now. Beijing 14, Toronto 21, and Rasp looking to make a return happen here. He's moving and schmoving. Only gets down to the 33. 26-yard return for Rasp. So Rasp no longer on the trackpad, playing on mouse and keyboard for the first time in a couple months. He's been back at it for about a week. MVP rolling to his left, throwing to Pokey. Pokey making Chaz miss with a dash jump. And 18 yards all told. An extra 11 yards of run after the catch for Pokey. So Chaz has got to step up his game a little bit on that side if he wants to contain Pokey. MVP dropping back. There was a quick one to Resp on the line leak. Resp gets 11. No one called the line leak, and that was wide open. Safety pressure look for the Dragons. 1st and 10. Minute 20 left in the first half. Excuse me. MVP rolling to his right, dropping back under a little bit of pressure, throwing one. I don't know where, but Dutmean picks that one off. That's number 11 on the season for Dutmean. And Beijing have a chance to tie this game up before halftime. And I believe they'll be getting they will be getting the ball back at half. So, minute 14 left. Maddie rolling to his right, throwing one over the middle for Sean. Pokey missing the dash. And Sean ends up with 5 yards. 2nd and 5 coming up. Clock is running. Stops now that the play is called. Minute 4 seconds left in the half. Ball on the 23-yard line. Maddie lined up right hash. 2 receivers left. Rolling to his left. Under pressure. Moving around. Trying to step up, but Resp hits him in the backfield. Loss of 15 yards on the play. Ball is moved back to the 8-yard line. And with 54 seconds left in the half, you gotta think something's gonna happen here. Maddie rolling to his right, looking for something. Loba's there, and Resp hits him in the end zone. That's a safety for Toronto. And Toronto making this game a little bit harder. It's a 9-point game now. Oh, and Toronto missing the kick return. Getting the ball at the 20-yard line instead of maybe getting a decent return out of it. Right in the middle of the field. 50 seconds left in the half. Toronto up 9 points. MVP faking left and rolling back pocket and just throws this one away, seeing nothing open. It was a strange play. But 2nd and 10. MVP trying to throw another line leak to Resp, but he throws it too far. I don't know what that was. 3rd and 10 coming up. 41 seconds left in the half. MVP trying another line leak to Resp, but it's not there. 2nd round pick in Resp. 1 catch on 4 targets. Maybe switch it up, try throwing it to Loba. 4th and 10, 37 seconds left in the half. MVP rolling to his left under some pressure, but he's being protected. And Sean slides underneath Essett and picks it off at the 31. Great anticipation by Sean. Slides in front of Essett at the last second and picks that one off. And now the Dragons are in 50 range with 30 seconds left in the half. Maddie with the ball on the 31-yard line, right hash, rolling to his left. Under pressure, T-Craft didn't really get a shield on Hippie that whole play, and Maddie is dropped for a loss of 15 yards. Maddie, I mean, he's been sacked 3 plays in a row on offense. Look at the stats here. Resp with 2 sacks, Hippie with 1. A couple other players with 1 sack. Is Maddie rolling to his right, looking for something. Dutmean ran a fake comeback, or he ran a real comeback, but Maddie threw for a real comeback, or Dutmean ran a real comeback. Maddie threw one for a fake comeback. That's an interception for the Roadrunners. Ball on the 4-yard line. MVP trying to run it left side, but he's hit by T-Craft. Gotta think maybe Beijing calls a timeout or 2 here. Try and get the ball back. If not, they might just let it go to half. Be content with the 9-point deficit. Try and do something here. MVP does cross the line. Takes a run. 2, 1. Oh, 1 second left. MVP calls a timeout. We'll see what he's drawing up here. MVP on the left hash. 18-yard line. Rolling to his left. Throwing one for Essett. Blockers are all downfield. They might have something going here. Essett looking for something, but Tyrone sneaks up from behind and takes him down. So, first half in the books. Toronto up 23-14. 9-point deficit for the Dragons, but they get ball to start the half. So we'll see what they can do with that. Meanwhile, MVP 12 for 16, 234 passing yards, 37 rushing yards. Maddie 9 of 11, 153 passing yards, 26 rushing yards. Stats obviously going to look different because of the sacks these quarterbacks have taken. Kickoff right side to Sean. And the second half is underway. Sean looking to make a return happen here. Ooh, Roadrunners players are diving and missing. Shields are being laid down. Sean's got the sideline. Tackle missed again. Sean gets 42 yards on that kick return. Something almost opened up there, but Toronto was able to regather themselves. But Sean still making it out to the 47-yard line on the opposite side of the field. Maddie taking a first down run. Resp selling instantly. Maddie cutting back across the field. Gets 16 yards on the first down run. So not a bad first offensive play of this half. But time already being shaved off the clock. Maddie pump fakes, then runs it up the middle. Gets 11 yards down to the 20-yard line. So 2 consecutive plays, 2 consecutive rushing first downs for Maddie. He's covering ground fast. Another run play for Maddie. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. 5 yards. Down to the 15, 2nd and 5. Maddie lined up on the left hash, 2 receivers to his right. Throwing a screen out to Dootmean, and Dootmean's able to get the first down. And more! Dootmean turns a screenplay from the 15 into a touchdown. Dootmean putting the Dragons back on the board here in the second half. It's a 3-point game now. And I'm wondering, yeah, he's just going to take the extra point. He's not going to get greedy. Because he could go for 2 and make it a 1-point game, but Maddie's not going to take that risk right now. The blocks are in. Kick is up and good. 21-23. Dragons rallying on that first drive. They came out here really fast. They wanted to score quick, saving as much time as possible. We're only, what, 40 seconds, 50 seconds into the second half, and we've already got a touchdown. Rest, meanwhile, taking all of his slides, going left side, or that was MVP, excuse me. Not Resp. MVP getting out left sideline, trying to make something happen, but he had like no blockers. Only 18 yards on the return, down to the 24-yard line. MVP with his first drive of the second half. Rolling to his right. 4-man blitz coming. T-Craft almost getting to him. But Chaz lying on the ground after, I think, diving. I don't know what that was about, but he dove. And Sparks just sort of walks into him. First down for the Roadrunners, though. Down to the 38-yard line. MVP rolling to his right. Throwing one deep for Resp. Oh, Maddie read the line leak, but he was just a little bit low. Head dot from MVP. Finding Resp for 14 yards. 1st and 10 coming up. MVP looking to run it here. Bounces it outside. Gets 7 yards. Down to the 41. 2nd and 3 coming up. 2 minutes, 39 seconds left in the quarter. MVP rolling to his right. Stepping up, throwing a comeback for Sparks. Was able to grab it and bring it back in bounds. Momentum almost carried him back out, but he was able to stay in bounds. 14 yards all told. 1st and 10. MVP rolling to his left. Almost gets hit by T-Craft. Under pressure, throwing one deep to the end zone. Caught by Pokey. My goodness. He put some air underneath that ball. And the Roadrunners are up 8. Extra point coming in to make it 9. Let's see if Dragons can get back there and block this one. They cannot. Kick is up and good. And the Roadrunners retain that 9-point lead from earlier. Safety by Resp helping big time, making it a 2-possession game. And MVP going to kick this to Maddie now. He's tired of Sean returning it. MVP trying to make something happen. Or not MVP. Maddie trying to make something happen. 13 yards in the return out to the 25-yard line. 1st and 10 coming up for the Dragons. 2 minutes and 15 seconds left in the third quarter as Maddie rolling to his right. Dropping back, throwing a comeback to Dootmean. That's there. And Dootmean just runs right into MVP. 8 yards on the play. Down to the 33-yard line. Right hash, 2nd and 2. Maddie rolling to his left. Gets all the way outside the numbers. Dropping back under pressure. Just throws this one away. Smart play, nothing open for him. Just decides to chuck this one out of bounds. So 3rd and 2. Safety pressure look from Roadrunners. I almost called them Shinigami. Safety pressure look from Roadrunners. Matty gonna drop to his left. Under pressure, Rasp getting back there, but he misses the dive, and Duke makes the catch. Sparks missing the dive. Someone's gonna tackle this man, and Sparks eventually does. 29 yards on the play and a 1st down for the Dragons. And those dives by cornerbacks can be dangerous because you're trying to get that pick or just to hit him as soon as the receiver catches it. But if you miss, it results in a lot of extra yards like we saw there. Matty dropping back 21 yards and getting hit by Rasp. You got to throw that away if you're under that kind of pressure. Just look for something. 21-yard loss on the play. 2nd and 31 coming up. Tyrone's getting eaten alive out there. Matty rolling to his right. Looking for something. Throwing one deep for Duke. Caught by Duke. 36 yards on the play. 1st and 10 for the Dragons. And I feel like there's a strategy here. If you need something, find Duke. It's worked for him so far this season. I don't know why he would stop doing it. Minute 20 left in the 3rd quarter. Matty rolling to his left. Pumps. Steps up. Crosses the line. Takes a 10-yard run. 1st down for the Dragons. Back-to-back 1st downs on consecutive plays. 1st and 10 on the 13-yard line. Matty rolling to his left, just gonna take a run here, and he's hit by Hippie after 4. Down to the 9-yard line. 2nd and 6. Matty lined up on the left hash. Gonna run here up the middle, and he's just rocked by MVP after 2 yards. 3rd and 4 coming up for Matty and the Dragons. 54 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Matty dropping back to his left, stepping up in the pocket, looking for room, dives across the 1st down line. 5 yards on the play. That's a 1st down for the Dragons. Matty making some tacklers miss. And then his pocket movement's proving to be effective for the most part, although he has been sacked. What is that, 7 times? Matty rolling around looking for something, but he's hit by Rasp again, and that's 4 for Rasp. Rasp has 4, the rest of his team combined has 4. 8 sacks total for the Roadrunners. 2nd and goal from the 4. Matty rolling to his left, stepping up in the pocket, getting all the time he needs, crosses the line, scores the touchdown. Beijing put this one within 3. And Beijing with a blistering pace, the fastest they can muster. Get down the field and score a touchdown. Looking to drill that extra point right here. Matty puts the kick up and is through. 28-30, 2-point game. And the Roadrunners probably not feeling the pressure quite yet. They've led for a majority of this game, and they're not looking to give it up now. As MVP calling off Hippie, wants to take this one himself. Tries to cut left, but is hit by Matty. Making a good stop there to keep him behind the 25. Only on the 23-yard line after that return. Not the most ideal spot, but MVP can definitely make it work. 1st and 10 from the right hash. MVP rolling to his left. I don't think MVP's gotten sacked. Oh, well. I was going to say, I don't think he's been sacked for a while, but T-Craft dropping him for 13 yards on the play. Oh, my goodness. Only the 3rd sack of the game for the Dragons. So the line diff is present this game. MVP dropping back into his own end zone. Almost hit by T-Craft for a safety. That would have tied the game up. He throws one deep for Pokey, and it's a little bit far. That could have swayed momentum in unprecedented ways for the Dragons if they had gotten that. 3rd and 23 coming up for the Roadrunners. MVP dropping back, looking for something. Tyrone was slowed to a crawl, and Rasp is downfield. Rasp comes down with that one, makes it a 55-yard play, and all of a sudden, the Roadrunners are inside the 40-yard line. I don't know why Tyrone was moving so slow there, but MVP rolling to his left and is hit by Tyrone. Looks like he might have been jumping back and going to throw something, maybe out of bounds, but Tyrone hits him in the backfield. Loss of 10. 2nd and 20 coming up for the Roadrunners. Back at the 45-yard line. MVP readies himself. Snaps the ball. Rose to his right. Then throws a line leak to Resp. It's there again. 12 yards for Resp. And Resp, I mean, Resp has more receiving yards than Sparks and Essett. So maybe utilizing him more as a tight end than as a tackle. As MVP rolling to his right, staying on the hashes, throws one to Pokey, excuse me. Chaz missing the dive. 17 yards on the play for Pokey. And so far, the Dragons really haven't had a solution to stop this offense that the Roadrunners are presenting them with. They've had a pick, I think, or two this game, but nothing too impressive as MVP gets to the sideline, takes it for 6 yards, and is hit by Chaz, eventually bringing him down at the 10-yard line. MVP faced with 2nd and 4 here inside the 10, or on the 10-yard line, trying to run it up the left gap, but Maddie is there to make a stop. 1 yard gain on the play for the Roadrunners. 3rd and 3 coming up. 3:14 left in the game. T-Craft getting through immediately and sacking MVP in the backfield. I think Hippie just might have missed a block there. 4th and 8 coming up for the Roadrunners. 3:08 left in the game. 2 points separate these teams. MVP dropping back. T-Craft trying for an insta-sell but doesn't get it. Throwing one into the corner for Essett. It's picked off by Chaz. I think that was a backline dot, but Chaz was able to get there before Essett. And that's a pick and a touchback for the Dragons. And all of a sudden, Dragons have an opportunity to put themselves in the lead here. Maddie rolling to his left. Gets some blocks, but Hippies gets off T-Craft's shield and hits Maddie in the backfield. Loss of 3 on the play. 2nd and 13 coming up. Maddie lined up on the left hash. 2 receivers to his right. Rolling right. Looking for something to get open. Back in his own end zone. Throws a comeback to Dutme, and that's there. 12 yards. 3rd and 1 coming up. I have a feeling I know what I'm going to see here from Maddie. Because if I've been reading this offense all game, there's the run into the left gap. And Maddie getting some extra yards. 13 yards all told. And that play would have been good from a first down, or for a first down from that sacked position he was in a couple plays earlier. 13 yards and a first down for the Dragons. 2:32 left in the game. Maddie taking another run. Gets 5 and is tackled by Resp. Quick look at the tackle stats. Sparks has 12 tackles. So, shows you he's been putting in the work. Dutme has 9 receptions. Maddie taking another run, gets 2 yards, tackled by Hippie after 2. 3rd and 3 coming up. Maddie just inside the left hash, near the middle of the field. Might look for a run here, but MVP's playing it. Maddie snaps, rolls right. Under pressure immediately. Tyrone slides out too far, and Resp is in the backfield for another sack. Sack number 5 for Resp. And again, Resp has the same amount of sacks as the rest of his team combined. 4th and 11. Maddie rolling to his left. Under pressure, throwing one for Sean, and that's a first down. Got the yards he needed. First down Dragons, and the chains are moving. Down to the 48-yard line. Minute 52 left in this game. And Maddie's managing the clock effectively. He's drained about a minute off the clock so far. Another run here on first down by Maddie, cutting it back inside from outside the left hash. 6 yards all told. Down to the 42-yard line. Cross midfield here. Maddie taking a minute to call plays, just letting the clock run a little bit. Confident in his playmaking here. Maddie taking another run, and it's a first down. 4 yards. And at this pace, I mean, he can run it downfield because they're not getting the stops on these runs. Safety pressure look, and this might be what Maddie was looking for all game. He might want this safety pressure look because he might have a play drawn up to break this kind of defense. 1st and 10 coming up. MVP dropping back, and Maddie stepping up, taking a 2-yard run. And I think the Roadrunner's going to be content with that. Roadrunner's calling a timeout, stopping the clock. Roadrunner's going to be content with keeping him to 2 yards a rush, though, because he won't be able to get the first that way. 2nd and 8 coming up. Minute 14 left in the game. Matty rolling to his right, dropping back, looking for something. Dutemean heads over top, slides back and catches it in the end zone. Touchdown, Dragons. And Beijing scores and takes a 4-point lead. Oh shit, TM Live. How you doing, man? Also, thank you, Chad, for raiding. Good to see you. This game is winding down here. Minute and 8 seconds remain. Matty looking for something. Fakes the sandwich and just throws it to Sean, who does a little... I don't know what to call that. Is that like a corner slant? That's what it felt like. 2-point conversion's good. And the Dragons take a 6-point lead. Pokey gonna return this one. Clock is running on the kick return, and T-Craft able to stop him before he gets to the 30. 21-yard return, down to the 29-yard line. And there is a lot of time left for MVP, I agree, Alu. This is a lot of time for MVP to work with as he rolls around in the pocket, crosses the line, and is hit by Tyrone. I think that might have been a push block by somebody. Rebounds him right into MVP, and that's 1 yard. So 2nd and 9, 56 seconds left. MVP calling the play quick, getting his players to the line. There was a quick comeback to Sparks, and Sparks gets the first and steps out of bounds. So dink and dunk offense. And 1st and 10 for MVP. On the 41-yard line, taking a run, gets 5 yards, tackled by Matty down to the 46-yard line. 44 seconds left in the game. 2nd and 5 coming up from the right hash. 2 receivers left. MVP just going to fake the run, actually. There's a comeback to Pokey. Pokey's got to get out of bounds, maybe, but no, he's going to get more yards. And then tackled by Sean after 18 yards. Clock running down, 31 seconds left. Juice lagging. Nothing out of the ordinary there. 31 seconds left in the 4th quarter. 2 receivers right. MVP lines up, snaps the ball, rolls right. Under pressure, throws a comeback to Essett. It's picked off by Dutemean. Dutemean has space. The body block from Matty, is it enough? And I think it is. Dutemean, touchdown. Pick 6. And the Dragons go up.
It's gonna be another nice day.
Dragons go up 12 with 18 seconds left in the game. Oh, Essett didn't aggress on the ball, and Essett was playing too lax, and Dude just robbed it. And that's going to seal the game for the Dragons. Throwing it corner for Dutemean because he earned it, but it's a little bit high. And a 12-point deficit with 18 seconds left. It's not mathematically impossible, but it's going to be very hard. You got to get like a kick return. I mean, even then, the kick return is going to waste too much time. So I think this game is over. As MVP looking to make a kick return happen here. Juice is AFK. Tackle made by Matty. 34 yards. My goodness. And stats real quick. MVP, 21 of 29 for 416, 29 rushing yards. Matty, 16 of 19, 300 passing yards. And MVP rolling around is hit by Juice in the backfield, 13-yard sack. Beijing calling a timeout. Matty has 81 rushing yards. 5 touchdowns. I don't think Matty had a single rushing touchdown this game, which is a change of pace for him. So I think he's had one every game since. And MVP just throws that one short, picked off by Chaz, so that'll go on the stats at the end of the game. But a win is a win, and the Beijing Dragons are going to take this one 42-30. And this game was really looking to be a momentum swing for the Roadrunners, as they came off a loss last night, and they were coming out strong early, but the safety by refs put them up by 9 points at one point. But this 12-point finishing score, I think, is the highest deficit. No, there was a 14-point deficit at one point. I think there might have been 2 12-point deficits. I don't know. I'll have to look back at it. But, I mean, all told, a really great game played by both teams. Obviously, the Roadrunners' line proved to be a bit of a challenge for the Dragons' line, but the receiving core more than made up for it, and the play was outstanding by both quarterbacks. Although I think we're going to see a lot of shit talking in GFA General coming up here soon. So don't be surprised if you see that. Sean has a lot to harp on because he's Sean. Not a huge fan of MVP or RASP, that man, but he won a game, so he'll be happy about that. Maddie had a very good QBR this game. 5 passing touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and 300 yards on, what is that, like over 75% completion percentage and almost 100 rushing yards. And MVP got nothing to scoff at either, throwing over 66%, nearly 70% for 416 yards, 3 passing touchdowns, but 4 interceptions. And that's kind of the killer, is Dragons had more takeaways than the Roadrunners. But regardless, it was a great gameplay by both teams, and I might be able to get an interview here. Purple and green. My colors are purple and green because my sliders. It's the UI settings, Jer. Yeah, I can get an interview. Don't worry. I'll get you boys an interview. Let's see.
Tell me.
So
I don't know, dude, but I'm a dog. I'm a dog.
How are you guys feeling after that win?
Terrible. I could have fucking a pick on
Yeah,
Pokey.
we should have won by 3 fucking scores.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Ah,
We had a big swing of momentum after the safety happened. The safety that shouldn't have happened, and yeah, but we overcame it, bro. We did. We put our playmakers versus their playmakers, and you see who came out on top. That's all I gotta say.
All right.
Chaz, that
Now-
clip.
Now, Tyrone, I gotta know what happened at the start of the game.
Oh, what he had to go do?
Yeah.
It was like a leaky pipe or some shit. I don't know.
Okay. So you're saying
Yeah.
he had to take a mad piss.
Yeah, like
All
he
right,
said,
all right.
You just told us BRB and then
BRB
left.
and that wasn't no BRB.
And I mean, that game was very well played the entire way through, and then
Fucking go, man.
that pick six, dude, I mean,
Epic 6 was nuts. Yeah,
I-
dude called game. Dude definitely
Wait,
called
are you
game.
still streaming? Are you still streaming?
yes.
Oh shit, what's up?
That's what I said, yeah.
I do wish I was in the call when that happened because I would have liked to hear the reaction, but that game was great regardless.
We were all yelling.
It's in general.
It's
Oh, you have the
oh,
reaction?
you clipped
Yeah,
it.
It is.
I sent it. Yo, shout out Kenny. I know you're watching.
King
Dude,
Kenny.
did that for you.
And shout out Cole, my prodigy.
Shout out Dude Son Death.
Shout out dude son Death for warming him up.
Yo, Death,
Let
thank
him,
you
let
for
him
the
drop
warm
let him
up.
drop a let him drop it. Let him get a quick 8 picks on him.
Thank you. Thank you for the
Jesus.
warm up. Ah, shit.
All right. Well, GG's to all y'all, and I'm gonna end my stream here. But I think I'm gonna look at schedules because there might be a game tomorrow. There is 2 games tomorrow. Oh my god, I completely forgot. You guys have a double header tomorrow, and I am unable to cast either of them because I will be registering for my college classes. So I will be out of town for a day. And I didn't want to risk me just coming back late and not being able to cast. So the 10 o'clock game is going to be the Dragons versus the X Factors, previously known as the Chicago Express. That is going to be casted by Chad Burrito. And the 11 o'clock game, Typhoon versus the Dragons, that being Shaq's team, is going to be casted by Xenial Stratos at 11 p.m. Both games are slated for Eastern time, so that's going to be 10 Eastern and 11 Eastern, July the 26th. And I think we have another game on the 27th, which is the Grit versus the Voodoo at 9 p.m. And seeing what else there is. Looks like right now we've also got a game on the 29th, the Cincinnati Grit playing the Ignition at 9 p.m. as well. And then on Saturday, or not Saturday, excuse me, Sunday the 31st is going to be the Typhoon versus the Vibe at 11 p.m. and the Grit versus Roadrunners at 9 p.m. both games in Eastern Standard Time. I will have more games as the schedule comes out, because Cavs are still scheduling. But we are gonna see those games pan out when they do. As for me, that's gonna be it for me tonight. Thank you all for coming out and watching. This was a very fun game, and I'm glad I got to cast it. And I'll see you all very, very soon. Peace out.